You turn the key before sunrise, and the diesel has been sitting all night. The batteries pull hard, the starter drags for half a second, then the engine catches, rattles cold, and the oil pressure needle climbs like it is deciding whether to hurry. Same truck, same filter, same payload range, same drain interval, comparable routes. Two oils that both end in say V40. One should win the cold start, one might look better on the gauge, but the lab report does not make it that simple. The test only matters if the rules are tight enough that the oil, not the driver, route, or filter is what changes. That is how I'm testing this. Not from the front of the oil jug, but from the driver's seat, the dipstick, the scan tool, and the lab report. By the end, you will know what changed in cold cranking, hot oil pressure, fuel use, wear metals, and cost per mile. More important, you will know which changes actually matter, because this debate gets twisted fast. 5W40 is not automatically synthetic, 15W40 is not automatically cheap old school oil, and a higher pressure reading is not automatically better lubrication if the pump is fighting thicker oil instead of moving more flow. So we will decode the label first, then run the truck, then match the data to climate, engine age, towing, idling, and budget. Before the engine even starts, the numbers on the jug are already telling you when each oil is supposed to behave differently. The first number is the cold test under SAEJ 300. The oil has to crank and pump at set low temperatures. A 5W oil must pass those tests colder than a 15W oil. That does not mean it is watery when the engine is hot. It means it can move sooner on a freezing start. When the starter is dragging, the pump is pulling hard and metal parts are waiting for flow. The second number is the hot grade. Both 5W40 and 15W40 land in the SAE40 band at operating temperature. At 100 degrees Celsius, their kinematic viscosity ranges overlap inside that same grade. So once the diesel is fully warm, the label is not saying one is a 30 and the other is a 40. They are both 40s. For heavy load, there is also high temperature, high shear viscosity, the film strength test under brutal conditions, but a viscosity label is only the first filter, because two oils with the same numbers can be very different inside the engine. That is where the spec trap starts. A jug can say 5W40 or 15W40 and still be the wrong oil if the diesel rating does not match the engine. For most modern heavy-duty diesels, the common category is API CK4. It is built around wear control, oxidation resistance, soot handling, and engines with emissions equipment. That is the performance floor, not just marketing ink on the back label. Then there is API FA4. FA4 is not the next better version of CK4. It is a lower high temperature, high shear category aimed at fuel economy and specific newer engines designed for it. Put it where the manual does not allow it, and you're not upgrading. You're gambling with oil film under load, and the manual matters more than the forum argument. Cummins, Detroit, Volvo, Mack, Ford Powerstroke, Duramax, and other platforms can call for specific approvals, especially under warranty. Same viscosity, same diesel aisle, different permission slip. One more myth needs to die here. Not all 5W40 is synthetic, and not all 15W40 is conventional. Depending on the product and market, either grade can be synthetic, synthetic blend, or conventional. So for the test to mean anything, the two oils had to be matched as closely as possible beyond just viscosity. The truck stayed the same engine, same oil filter model, same fresh fill. Same drain interval, no mixing leftover oil, no stretching one run longer than the other, no changing three variables and pretending viscosity caused the result. The oils were chosen to be as equal as possible where it mattered. Same heavy-duty diesel category, comparable manufacturer approvals, same 40-grade hot rating. The real split was the winner number, 15W versus 5W. Then the route had to behave. Similar payload, similar highway miles, similar stop-and-go sections, similar ambient temperature when possible. And the driver could not turn one test into a gentle economy run and the other into a hill climbing contest. Even then, this is not magic. Weather shifts, traffic changes, a headwind can steal fuel economy, a regeneration event can heat the exhaust and muddy the numbers. That is why one gauge reading by itself does not prove anything. So we measured the whole pattern. Cold cranking speed, time to oil pressure, hot idle oil pressure, operating oil temperature, fuel used, top off oil added. Then the used oil went to the lab for wear metals, viscosity change, soot, oxidation, and fuel dilution. Not a million-mile fleet study, not every diesel engine ever built, but fair enough to remove the easy excuses. And the first real difference showed up before the truck ever reached operating temperature. At sunrise, the truck had been sitting all night. No garage heat, no quick restart, just an overnight cold soak with the ambient temperature recorded before the key ever turned. Then came the checklist. Battery voltage first because a weak battery can make any oil look bad. Then crank time, then the first rise on the oil pressure gauge, then the sound idle smoothness, injector rattle, and that dry top end clatter you listen for in the first few seconds. This is where 5W40 earns its reputation. Cold 15W40 is thicker. That means the starter works harder to spin the crank, and the pump has to push heavier oil through narrow galleries before it reaches the turbo bearings, cam, lifters, and top end. 5W40 does that job with less resistance when temperatures drop. Faster cranking, quicker pumping, less drama on repeated winter starts, but context matters. 15W40 is not automatically wrong. If the engine maker allows it for your temperature range, especially with warmer starts or a block heater, it can be perfectly reasonable. But once the engine warmed up, the simple story started to fall apart. At full temperature, the gauges looked less dramatic. Same route, similar payload, same long pull, same cooldown loop, then the same parking spot with the engine idling in gear. By then, both oils were no longer acting like their winter number. 5W40 and 15W40 were both operating as SAE 40 grade oils, but the pressure needle still mattered. With one oil, hot idle pressure sat a little higher. That sounds like an instant win, but it is not that simple. Oil pressure is resistance to flow. It tells you how hard the pump is pushing against bearing clearances, oil passages, filter media, and viscosity. It does not directly tell you how much protection is happening on the crank journal. Protection is the film staying intact under load. It is additive chemistry when metal surfaces get close. It is heat being carried away from pistons, bearings, and the turbo. Pressure is one clue, not the whole case. A tighter, healthier engine may show only a small difference between these two oils when hot. An older engine with wider clearances may show a bigger gap, and it may burn or leak the lighter cold oil differently. That is engine condition, not internet theory. So, a higher hot idle number can mean thicker behavior in that engine. It does not automatically mean less wear. The dashboard gave us hints, but the fuel logs in the lab report told the deeper story. Then came the part nobody can feel through the steering wheel. The fuel receipts, the route notes, and the sample bottles lined up on the bench. On some runs, the 5W40 used a little less fuel. Not a miracle number, not enough to rewrite the laws of diesel ownership. Just a small difference that showed up more when the engine spent time cold, because a thinner cold oil takes less energy to pump and circulate. But once the truck was hot, loaded, and steady, the gap got harder to separate from the route itself. Wind, traffic lights, regeneration events, a slightly longer idle. Real roads add noise, and cost per mile does not stop at fuel. If the 5W40 costs more per gallon, the savings have to beat that price difference. If one oil can safely run a longer drain interval because it holds its additive package better, that changes the math again. Cheap oil changed too early can cost more than expensive oil used correctly. Oil consumption told the same kind of story. An older diesel may use more of one formulation than another. Volatility matters, seal condition matters, ring condition matters, so does the specific base oil and additive blend. The label viscosity alone does not predict it perfectly. That is why the lab report mattered, where metals showed what the bearings, rings, liners, and valvetrain were leaving behind. Viscosity told us whether the oil sheared down or thickened up. Oxidation, soot, fuel dilution, total base number, and contamination showed whether the oil was surviving the job. That is the turn in this test. 5W40 won the cold start portion. Both behaved like SAE 40 oils when hot. Neither became the universal champion. The enemy was never the other oil. It was the oversimplified answer. So if there is no universal winner, here's exactly how to choose without guessing. Run the oil your engine is approved for, in the climate it actually sees. If winter starts are brutal, choose an approved 5W40. It cranks easier, pumps faster, and gets oil moving sooner. If you live warm and tow hard, an approved 15W40 can be the right cost-effective choice. If your seasons swing, 5W40 buys flexibility. If the engine is older, watch consumption, leaks, pressure, and lab reports. Not forum myths for fleets decide by approvals. CK4 versus FA4 compatibility, drain interval, downtime, fuel, and cost per mile. Comment with your engine, climate, mileage, current oil, and whether you have oil analysis data. Compare results. Do not argue labels. Thanks for watching.